You're recording, by the way. And I hit go live.
Hello, hello. Happy first day of spring, everybody. Welcome to Raincross Farms Makery. When you get in, say hello, let us know you're here. We're taking roll. And I am Robin. Behind the computer, behind the camera is Bill. He's my husband. And behind him are the dogs. Anyway, we are right outside of Lewiston, Idaho, and we are here to show you some fun crafts. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for checking in. We hope you will stay for, if not the whole thing, we'll hope you'll stay for a couple of minutes. So welcome. Cheryl is here. Leanna's here. Welcome, welcome. Let me get it up on the phone.
There you go. You're up and running, baby.
Howdy, howdy. Did you have a good, hey, Judy from Winco. Hey, while you're there, you want to pay? No, I don't have a list. Okay, let's see. I am going to take just a second.
We haven't heard from Kita in a while. Nice to see her face up there again.
I am going to share this out. Easter
Alana is here.
Okay, and I'm going to share it to this one. And I'm going to show, where did it go? Okay, good enough. Good enough. Don't want to be away from you guys too long.
Cabbage and mason jars. What are you, canning cabbage?
Oh, is that what you're buying?
Hello from Hidden Valley.
Hey Joyce, welcome. I think I remember you on before. I remember Hidden Valley. Welcome back. Hey Amanda,
Joyce.
Hello. Patty, welcome. Okay, so you know what to do. Like or love our page. Follow our page. We are like 12 people away from 900, so let's get there. And share us out if you are so willing. It's either to your page, to a craft group you belong to, or just a crafty friend that you might know that might be interested in what we're doing. Hey, Alana. Okay, so we are doing a Easter / inspirational craft. And I haven't practiced it, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. And I kind of had to pivot earlier this afternoon. So, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So what we're going to use is we are going to use a couple of these Dollar Tree frames. These are 5x7s, and they're $1. We're going to use 2 of them. And we are going to use some ribbon, and we're going to use, I'll tell you the story later. We're ending up using this transfer here. Here comes the sun, and we are going to change it up just a bit. And you'll see that in a moment. So let's get these ready. So Dollar Tree. You better be careful, Judy. I might mention something, and then you'll have to go to Dollar Tree.
It's just up the road a little bit.
Just up the road. Okay, so I'm taking out the glass, and for right now, I'm taking out the backers. And one of them is going to be an open frame. One of them will be open. And one of them will be, I cut out this piece. It was from a Dollar Tree sign that I ended up not using, and I just kind of cut out a piece there, so I have a backer here. And we are going to paint up the frames, and we're going to paint this backer. And what I was going to try to do, I have done, where did it go? Oh, I had done the crackle on this. I've never done it on a frame, and I wanted to try it on a frame. So we are going to give it a try on the frame. So with a crackle paint, you have two different colors, two contrasting colors. So probably something dark, probably something light. I was going to do black and cream, but I'm changing my mind. And I think, I don't want it gold, but I'm thinking I'm going to leave the gold underneath and I'm going to use the cream and see if I can get it to crackle with the gold poking through. So we'll see how that goes. How does that sound to you all?
All works for me.
All works for you. Okay. So I'm going to do it one at a time, because if it doesn't work, I don't want to have messed it up. Okay, so I've got this already painted. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it with, I'm going to put on a layer of glue. This is just regular Elmer's Glue All multi-purpose glue. You can buy Crackle Medium, but it's a little bit more expensive, and I just didn't want to go that route. So I'm just going to, you want a pretty good coat of this.
We're just drizzling that stuff on.
Just drizzling it on. And I'm not too worried about the inside there, but I'm getting a pretty decent size layer of glue right here. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Okay. Maybe a little too much. I'm getting some in there. And I'm also going to get some on the outside. I'm going to be a gluey mess when I'm done with this. So pretty good layer. And it's wanting to pool down there in that in the opening. Okay, so I've got that layer of glue there, and I'm going to let it dry for just a couple of minutes. I want it to dry enough that it gets just like a little skin on top of it. Okay, why are you making weird noises?
I'm hearing something in one of my hearing aids, and I didn't know if it was the not air conditioning, the whatever's blowing in our heater.
Oh. Okay.
Amanda says she's excited to see if it works.
Me too. Okay, so I'm letting that get a little skin on it, and then I'm going to cover it up with, this is chalk paint. This is Sheepskin Folk Art brand, sheepskin color chalk paint. Oh, okay.
Don't spill it.
Okay. And when this is got just a tiny bit air dried, I'm gonna paint this on. Now the key to it is not doing too much mussing and fussing with it. I want to get it on in one stroke if I can, because the more I paint with it, the more it mixes with the glue, and I don't want it to mix with the glue. I want it to lay on top of that glue. That's why I'm giving it just a minute to kind of get a skin on it.
Can you tell by looking?
Not really.
How about by touch? Does it get less tacky or anything?
Maybe, I don't know. And again, when I've done Crackle, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so I've got a big glob of this because I don't want to go back and forth. So I'm just going to go over that. And then put a good layer of paint. This. And I'm still going to have to do the sides.
What you looking at, buddy?
And I'm not too worried about it crackling inside there. Okay, and I'm going to go around the outside. Same thing, as few coats as possible, because again, I don't want it mixing in with the glue. Just laying on top. And we shall see. Okay, so I've got paint everywhere. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out, not my quick dry tool, because this doesn't get very hot. I'm going to get out my embossing gun, which gets quite toasty. And what I'm going to do is I'm trying to dry the top layer, because the top layer will shrink when it gets dry. And then it should create some cracks on top of that glue because the glue isn't dry underneath it, if that makes sense. So let's see if we can get this to crack. It's starting to. I don't know if you can see it yet.
Yes, you can.
And because that glue is not quite dry, it won't be a bright gold yet until that glue dries clear. But yeah, that's cracking. Let's get cracking. And if you can see that, not a tremendous amount of cracking. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm excited too, Amanda. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see? Look at that. Pretty fancy. And that kind of bubbled up. It's going to kind of poke it.
That looks pretty good.
And, okay, so let's try it with the other frame. So I'm going to set that aside. And we'll do the same thing with the other frame so they kind of match. Matchy, matchy. So I'm going to start with glue. What do I do with it?
Okay, what did you put in? What did you put in the responses? Alana said, yes, she hears lots of static. And then it had the bot sent back something from Raincross.
I don't know. I don't think we've had
Lots of static. What would lots of static?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends on what your.
No idea. Alana, tell us what it sent you.
It depends on what it sent you. So another thickish layer of glue. Now, the thicker the layer of glue, the bigger the cracks will be. the thinner the layer of glue, the thinner the cracks will be. If that makes sense. So I kind of want something medium. You know, I wonder if, did it start making that noise when I turned on that dryer?
No, I think there's been a couple things going on. I think one of them was the air blowing in here.
Because I wonder if it's pulling more amps, because it's not like a heat gun, but it gets pretty hot. I wonder if it was pulling more electricity than. Okay, I'm going to try to get it out of those corners. Okay, so I've got my glue, and I'm going to stick that in some water. I'm going to clean off my hands, and again, I'm going to let it kind of sit for a minute or two till it kind of develops a skin. This is looking pretty cute. It's very antique-y.
Patty, that's a good thing.
Oh.
She says she can't hear me when the dryer's going, when the heater's going.
When the heater's going, the
Well,
dryer.
no, when you're
yeah, okay.
Thing's going. I'm muffled.
You're muffled.
A lot like when I'm leading the music at church. I'm muffled.
Sort of. You kind of sort of were.
I'm used to being muffled.
Okay. Well, let's put this on. So again, and one stroke of paint, if you can do it. Again, because we don't want to mix it with that glue. There.
Well, we're talkative tonight, aren't we?
We are.
At the beginning, everybody was commenting, and now
Well, I've got them mesmerized.
Is that what it is? We hit the mesmerization.
Mesmerization factor. Okay.
So I sent out a thing on there, and we'll see if the
Okay. What did you say?
word what.
The word what? What?
What has 4 letters, never has 5 letters, but always
Oh.
has 6 letters.
Yes.
I just wondered
that the
if
right
anybody
answer?
was there. Liana said the word what.
Okay, so I've got that paint on. Now I'm going to muffle Bill with my Bill muffler.
Good, thank you.
And sprinkle some more paint.
I can just talk real loud. Does that help?
I don't want to get it too close because I'll actually burn it. Looks good. I like it.
You put the dogs to sleep.
Did I?
Yeah, you put the dogs to sleep.
I'm sorry. Or am I?
No, you're not sorry.
Okay. I'm kind of puffed up. I'm just going to kind of make it crackle. Okay, so there we go.
That looks pretty crackly.
Pretty crackly. Okay, so let me see if this one is mostly dry. So this one is just going to be a frame. This one I'm actually going to have to manipulate with it, so I want to make sure this is dry. And right now I'm not drying it to crackle it, I'm just drying that chalk paint so that it doesn't get all over me. So some of that glue is still drying up. So ideally you would just let this sit overnight. And in theory, you don't really have to dry it to crackle it. You can just let it sit, and as it dries naturally, it will crackle, but we didn't want to wait that long. Okay, so before I do that one, I'm going to paint this up. So this is going to be my background for my transfer. So again, I'm still just using that sheepskin. Sheepskin is the color.
Sort of an off-white.
It's an off-white.
Was that to make it look antique-y? Is that the idea behind it?
Yep, and I will probably use my dark wax to antique-y this up. I think I need some more of that. I'll have to put it on the list.
By the way, is antique a word?
Yes.
Okay.
I just said it, so it's a word.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so we're getting ready for Easter, right? Is everybody getting ready for Easter? So we're kind of doing some Eastery crafts. Happy first day of spring. I put that out on my Facebook page. I asked a question on my Facebook page. I didn't get a ton of response, so I'm going to ask you guys here. Today's the first day of spring. What is your favorite season? What is your favorite season? And I believe, did you give them the answer to your little riddle?
They're still working. Some are still working on it.
He won't leave you hanging. Okay, so he's got a poll.
We had a proper answer.
We have a proper. So, tell us your favorite season. I'm just drying this up.
Well, so far we have one summer and one winter.
We'll tell everybody. I have one of everything. So, we might be in trouble. We have 8 people watching. It could be a 4-way tie if we're not careful. Video interrupted.
Uh-oh. What happened there? I don't know what happened there.
Okay, Christy says summer. Did you vote in the poll?
We got one of each so far.
Managed to open the front door. She's blind in one eye. I did not know that. Has she always been blind in one eye? Okay, I see you're typing in the season, but are you voting in the poll? Can you see the poll?
Can you see the poll?
Okay, so I've got my background painted. I'm going to wax it up in a minute. I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get rid of that.
Amanda says, summer.
What did I do with my... Okay, so this frame, I'm not going to put anything inside it. So I am going to actually snip out those hangers. I'm not going to need that. And we are going to, I don't know if you've seen this, we are going to take some burlap ribbon and we are going to make a cross with the ribbon in the middle here, since it's becoming Easter. So I'm going to start with this one. So I'm going to wrap it around and just glue it right there, a little bit loose. I might need a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hot glue this and I'm going to put it up a little bit. I'm going to hot glue that there. And I'm going to try not to burn my little fingers. So I'm going to push down on this little makeup applicator thingy mabob that I got from the Dollar Tree to hold that down. And actually, I'm going to, this is wired ribbon. I don't need it wired. I'm going to pull out that wire. Pull out that wire. I don't want it in there. It will make my job easier without wired ribbon.
I think I'm not sure that the poll went out on everybody. I think we got 5 votes so far, and it's like.
Okay, what did we come up with?
I think summer so far is ahead, but I don't know because I don't think the poll popped up on everybody's. So I'm going to hit show results in video and see what comes up.
Okay.
Whoops.
Okay. Some little stragglies I'm going to clip off. Okay, so I've got the side piece right here, and now I'm going to do the same thing with here. And I'm going to pull the wires out. Maybe.
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 Those go in the trash.
Lana says her kitty was born on Valentine's Day in 2019 on somebody's patio in the middle of a rainstorm. Whole litter got respiratory infection.
Oh.
In her case, it went to her eye. And the eye does work quite good, but she can be very naughty, but she's fun to have, so she forgives her. Of course you do.
Of course you do. Okay, how about, let's put this down here. Okay, and I'm going to glue the bottom here. And you notice I have it kind of loose because we're going to actually scrunch it in the middle.
Going to scrunch it?
Scrunch it.
That's another one of those technical terms?
Yes. Scrunching. So, I want that to have a little bit of give. I know you guys are thinking, what is she doing? What is she doing?
Join the party. I have been asking that for the last 40 years. What is she doing?
What does she think she's doing? Okay, let me trim that off. Okay, so here's my front.
Oh, we got a spring. Lisa said she loves spring.
Spring. I think, you know, it's hard to say. I would say at this time of year, after having come off of winter, I am very much looking forward to spring. But then after summer, I'm very much looking forward to fall. So I don't know, does that mean I don't have a favorite? Okay. So I'm going to take some jute twine and I'm going to tie this here, and then I'm going to swing it around this way. This looked easier.
Did you guys go?
This looked easier on Pinterest. Let's see what I can do here. So I'm pinching it together and tightening it up to make a burlap cross.
Hi, Nancy from Minnesota. Welcome back.
Welcome. Yeah. Daisy says, oh.
Daisy is very talkative.
She can be.
You are a very vocal girl,
Okay.
aren't you, baby dog?
Okay, how's that looking? Okay. So I'm going to spin it again and tighten it up. I'm just kind of coming at it from all different directions. To make us a little burlappy cross. What season I don't like? Is that what I said? Did I say don't like?
I don't know. I don't pay that close of attention. Ha!
Oh, like you said. Okay. I can say that's not what I asked. You had said you're the only one that responded, so you get brownie points. You had said I know which one I don't like, and I guessed that that was going to be winter.
And
so apparently I was right.
Apparently Alana's the only wacko who loves winter.
Well, I like parts of winter, but okay. So I'm going to put this in the middle. This is, I raided my jewelry box and I have a bunch of single earrings. I don't know what happened to the other one. And I saw this and I don't wear clip-ons and the other one is missing. So I'm going to just take that off and I'm going to glue that right there in the center. And try not to kill myself in the process.
Teresa says, I don't like winter, sorry. Well, Teresa, you live in Minnesota. Oh, no, that was Nancy. I'm sorry. I got confused there. One snow and I'm done.
Okay, there we go. I got that off.
And Alana, you're not the only wacko that likes winter. All wackos like winter. No, all winter likers love wackos.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so let's put
I like parts of winter
a
too.
glob of glue right there.
Absolutely.
Yes, and actually, I am hoping for one more snow. I don't think we'll get it.
I'm
hoping for one more snow.
One of my most enjoyable things is walking out on the property in the snow when it's falling and it's silent out there. That's pretty, baby doll.
Thank you. Okay, so just a little something something. Looks a little farmhousey. And then for this other one, we are going to actually chalk something on this. Now, this was what I was planning on doing with this cross, and I thought, oh, I have the perfect transfer to pair with it. And it's got some floral on it, and it said, "He is risen," in really pretty script. I sold my transfer.
You what?
I sold it. I sold it at our last live sale.
Oh my God.
I don't have it. I thought maybe I had two. I didn't. Anyway, there's a really beautiful transfer that would go perfect with this. Says, "He is risen," but I don't have it, so I can't use it. So I'm going to improvise, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to do "Here Comes the Sun," and I hope I don't offend anybody, but I'm going to make it S-O-N instead of S-U-N. So I'm going to use that O. I'm going to use the O in comes, and I'm going to make it "Here Comes the Sun." Kind of get it? Easter, resurrection, Son of God. Hope no one's offended, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I painted this wood surface, so it's going to need some wax. I want to kind of tone it down a little bit, so I'm going to use my dark wax. This is Howard brand Chalk Teak Dark Wax. I got this off of Amazon, but I have seen it in craft stores. Any brand of dark wax will work. It's a paste wax, and it's just tinted dark. So I'm going to apply it here, and it's going to tone down that color, give it a little antique look, so it'll look really good with that burlap. And it's kind of dark right now, but that's okay. I haven't buffed it off yet. This will lighten up a bit. And this really brings out the wood grain, although this isn't real wood. It's kind of fake pressed wood. But it's a decent fake wood.
So where did you get the frame?
The frames were from Dollar Tree. The ribbon was from Big Lots, but Dollar Tree has some. And actually, I was going to put some of this lace on there, but I forgot. Oh well, next time. So I've got that waxed. It doesn't feel waxy, so I know I've got it buffed off enough. And I'm going to take our transfer. If you are interested in these transfers, I have a cart link. If you comment the word cross, like the cross, if you comment the word cross, my bot will send you the link, and it has the link to Here Comes the Sun and He is Risen. He is Risen is one of the transfers that is on last chance. So when they're going to be pulling it off the shelves probably March 31st. Not certain about that, but it's one of those that they're going to take it off the shelves because it's out of season, and I don't know if it'll ever be available again. So if you're interested in it, I put that one in the cart link. You could pick between the two. You could get both of them. I also put in one of our box frames that would fit this if you didn't want to do the frame this route. So anyway, whatever you see in there that you need, add something, take something out, it's all good. Okay, so brand new, so it's really sticky. I'm going to fuzz it, get a little bit of lint on the back so it's not so sticky that it pulls up the paint. When I pull it up, and okay, there's some little imperfections. I'm not sure if I want them down there or up there. Let's put them up there. Okay, so I'm going to center this. And actually move it over just.
Okay, for the strangest thing, I just had I watch this on my phone so I can monitor how it's being broadcasted out. I just had the spring, summer, winter, fall.
It just came up?
It just came up right as you were putting that down.
Huh. Oh, mine just came up too. So it must have been very, very delayed. Okay, so I'm going to vote.
You're going to vote?
I'm going to vote. Okay, so I'm pushing this down, making sure there's no air bubbles. And I'm not going to do the O in the end just yet. And so that I don't forget, I'm going to take some tape.
Okay, Teresa, we need more information. You said you froze on me. What did you say you were going to do? So I'm not quite. Oh, it looks like you froze again. But
the transfer, he is risen. The one that I don't have, there's a transfer. If you want to just look at it, you can comment. You can comment cross, and it'll take you to the cart link, and you can take a look at that transfer. That transfer is on. Well, I'm having a little light show here. That transfer is on last chance, meaning they're not going to be carrying it much longer. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, will that show up? You know what? I've got a plan.
You've got a plan?
I've got a
She's
plan.
got that look in her eye. You guys can't see it. Here. Give me that look again. She's pointing at me like that.
Got a plan.
I'm always afraid when she does that.
Okay. I'm going to do this all in black. Do this all in black.
Well, all right then.
And then I'm going to do some shadowing.
Ooh. She's got a plan.
I've got a plan. Okay, so I'm using our Chalkology paste, which is chalk in paste form. So it's thicker than paint. It's perfectly formulated to work with our silkscreen transfers. So it lays down a really nice design. And remember, I'm not doing S-U-N, I'm doing S-O-N, so I've blocked that off. I'm going to scoop up my excess paste. And I'm going to peel this up slowly so I don't take any paint with me. Okay, so here comes the S.
Here comes the S.
Okay. So let me dry this. It's got a little bit of bleeding if you look up close. That's because of the grain in the wood. It kind of gave it a little ditch to... Okay, so that, and let's see if I can get O right in there. Too close.
I don't know what that thing's problem is. It's popping up with the pole again. I don't get it.
Maybe it didn't like the results.
It didn't like the results? Is that what it is?
Okay.
I don't
Got
know.
that just barely laid down, and I'm going to use my little half mini to do that O. It's kind of close in there. Peel it up. This O. And then
Yeah, we're having
and
really
then the N. Right there.
Yeah, the only thing I can figure out is I'm thinking it might be the computer. That's all I can figure out. Because we're not having any other issues, so
Peel it up.
we need to get that.
Okay, so here comes the sun. What do you
You did
think?
good on that. Spacing looks good.
You good?
You did good.
Okay, but we're not done yet.
Your kerning was done well.
I practiced my kerning. Okay, make sure that's dry. And I'm going to layer on some gold on the word sun and on the little sunshine up there.
Wait a minute. You're going to put some gold where?
On the word sun and on this little sun ray up there. Because I'm going to do the gold because there's gold in the frame. And I need to clean this though. So let me show you how we clean our transfers. These are reusable. And the company guarantees you can reuse them 10 to 12 times as long as you clean them up really well and treat them appropriately. So I'm going to show you how to clean it up. So I'm going to start with either a paper towel or this is a Swedish dishcloth, which is just like a reusable paper towel. And I'm going to start by rubbing off the paste, wiping off the paste with this. This is just like my first go. And you can see it has stained the transfer because our black is very highly pigmented. So next I'm going to get out my board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, but no chemicals. And I'm going to use this to finish cleaning up. Now I'm not going to get that staining off, but I'm getting the paste out of the screen. Out of the screen, because that's where all the magic happens. And I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to rinse out my board eraser and do the same thing on the back, getting out all of that paste and any of the fuzz that we picked up or any of the Spanish moss that seems to have causing no end to problems here. And get rid of that hair. Okay, so just kind of back and forth a time or two, getting that screen cleaned out. Because that is where the magic happens, in that screen. Now, best results are let this air dry, but I need to use it again because I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to take just a paper towel while it's still wet. You can do this to dry that off. And don't use a paper towel when it's dry because that sticky paper towel on the sticky, you're going to have paper towel all over it. But while it's still damp, you can do the paper towel to dry it off. And don't use your heat gun to dry these. Okay, so I'm going to air dry it just the rest of the way. Fresh paint on here, fresh paste. I'm going to give it a quick wax, this time with just my clear wax. Again, because I don't want the sticky transfer to pull up this paste that I just put down. So I'm just going to give it a quick little buzz, quick little wipe of wax and buff it off to protect it from that sticky transfer. Okay. My surface wax I sell in my shop. It's odor-free, works really well. It's actually in stock. Okay, so I'm going to do a shadow. So I'm going to lay this back down and I'm going to put it, right now I'm just looking up here at this little sun.
Can you move the whole thing to your right? And there you go like that,
Okay.
and then your head not directly.
Okay,
But
well, I kind of need you to get over it.
Yeah, you
Now,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Do I just want to go straight down, or do I want to go straight down and to the left or the right? I'm asking my graphic artist.
To look like this. You want the black to be the shadow.
Yes.
Okay, then you want the shadow to either be down, so you want to move your stencil up, and then whichever way you like.
Okay.
Because you're coming right over the top.
Okay.
I'd do that. Yeah, I would
Okay.
just do it right over the top like that, straight down.
Just straight?
Or either way. Either way. That either one of them look good.
You know, I'm gonna do straight. Okay, so there I've got it. I don't know if you can see that. I'm looking right here, and you can kind of see when I'm right on it. Now I'm gonna go just up a tad. And I'm going to chalk over it in gold. This is our shimmer gold.
Patty says it should be to the right.
Okay.
But, oh well, you're printing. It came through too late, Patty.
Okay. And with our shimmers have mica flakes in them. And just to make sure they get pressed down through that screen, I'm kind of going a couple different directions. So let's see how this turned out. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Kind of have that little black shadow down underneath. Okay.
And then what was the other one you're going to do?
Sun.
The sun itself?
Okay.
No.
So, same thing. What did I do? I went up. So I'm going to line up the O, the S, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go over just a bit. That. Okay. Same thing. Just with the S. Okay. Up. So there's our S. Now I'm going to put down this. I'm going to put this back down, but I'm going to be very careful to not press where that gold ink is. So up and to the left, because I don't want to pull that up. I'm just going to do the O, and get another little one here.
She's just out there poking around. Daisy out there poking around. Oh. She is. How beautiful.
Oh.
Looking good, wifey.
I like it. I don't like it. And I think that gold, that shimmer gold, is going to go good with that, the gold that's poking out of the crackle. Okay, so lined up. I'm going to go up. Okay. Come on. Up.
It's nice that your pastes are opaque enough that they stop the black from showing through.
Yes. Very true. Otherwise, I'd have to do like 2 layers of it. I don't know if my head is blocking. Okay, and peel it up. There we go.
You know, you did so good. I'm gonna make you dinner.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna make you some chicken Alfredo. How about that?
So here's my little saying. I kind of adapted it. Instead of S-U-N, I made S-O-N to make it go with Easter. I'm going to dry that up, and I'm going to stick it in this frame. And then I will have a set that goes together. What do you think? Oh, you know what? Okay. So, can you go overhead? I want you to see that crackle.
Ooh,
what do you think?
So crackled.
Crackly, and then there's that gold.
And that shiny gold showing through.
Those go together. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fix these so that they can stand up next to each other. So I'm going to do that with, I'm going to do it with some ribbon. I'm making this part up as I go. I'm going to glue this right there.
So Alana says class all the way, and Marianne says it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And Alana says elegant.
Okay. Okay. I want it to be about right there. So I'm going to run some glue here.
So you're going to make that like a hinge? Is that
like a hinge? Yeah. And actually, it doesn't need to be super tight. I'm just trying to get it lined up top and bottom. Okay. And that glue is poking through. And then I'm going to trim this off. So I've kind of, you can see what I did. I kind of made a hinge so that I can stand it up like that. What do you think? Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let me clean up here. So I think it turned out pretty good. You could do it with brighter color ribbon. You don't have to do it with burlap, depending on what your decorating style is. Let's clean up some stuff. Super easy to make, not expensive. I think just about everything, all the supplies came from Dollar Tree, except my little missing earring. But you could probably get that at a thrift store. So there's my sign.
You were talking about putting that white on there, and I think it actually would distract from it because that's such a bright white. I mean, I guess it doesn't detract. It looks good, but that would take it to another level too.
I was actually meaning to do that, but I didn't. But anyway, I could peel that off and still do it. I might. I don't know. Anyway,
that's okay. Next time. You'll do it next time.
Okay, so there's my sign. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope maybe I gave you some inspiration. You could do this. You don't have to do the sign. You could just do this on, I've seen people do it on books. I've seen people do it on frames. I've seen people just do it on pieces of board, but just the two ribbons and cinch it together in the middle and put something pretty right there and you're good to go. So make some of these and send me pictures. I want to see what you have done. Okay, so today's
Sunday.
So we have a live tomorrow. I do believe I worked out on my calendar and now I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we have a live tomorrow night at 6, and we'll be going on in the daytime a couple of times during the week. But and I get a light show here. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked our video. I hope you liked it by clicking the thumbs up or the heart. And I hope you have followed our page. If you haven't already, we would love to have more followers. And we appreciate those of you that shared. And thanks for supporting us. And thanks for any stars you might have sent. And I guess I'm getting some dinner, so I better get to getting. So let me pose.
Yeah, you do that. Say goodnight, Gracie.
That's her cat. Say goodnight to Gracie. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.